Artefacts are one of Bloodhunt's latest additions to the game, and with it, they bring us Expeditius' boots and the Nodist volume. And in this video, I will be covering what are they, how do they work, where can you get them, and which artifact is best for your favorite archetype. So get yourself comfy because this channel is your one-stop shop for all Bloodhunt news, tips, and guides. Just a quick heads up, the Bloodhunt launch anniversary is just around the corner, and I'm planning a huge giveaway to celebrate the occasion. So if you fancy a chance of winning a limited edition Bloodhunt keyboard from Extrafy and more prizes, then make sure you follow me on Twitch, where I will be hosting the giveaway. Let's begin with what artifacts are. Artifacts are legendary lootable items in Bloodhunt, and will grant you a special power on top of your existing abilities. The main catch, however, is they must be found and looted in each match, and you can only carry one at a time. Expeditius' boots were the first artifact to arrive in Prague and give you the ability to double jump. They are super easy to use as they only require you to push your jump button while in the air, but beware that you can only double jump once before you resurface. This means that after every double jump, you will either have to return to a horizontal surface, like a rooftop, or climb a wall to reset the double jump status. There is no set time you need to resurface for, so you can combine a slight jump to spend as little time on the floor as possible, or only climb a small amount. Wall bouncing and wall gliding do not count, however, so keep that in mind when parkouring your way around the map. There is a hidden mechanic to the double jump that isn't necessarily obvious the first time you use it. By pressing and holding your jump button, your double jump will become much larger, and help you go much further with each use. Get into the habit of using as much of a double jump as possible, as it's rare that you won't benefit from the extra momentum and distance. The extra boost from a jump can make quite the difference, and help you reach some ledges to skip the mantle animation, which could cancel actions such as a reload or using a consumable, gaining precious seconds in a fight. As an example, here is a slight jump from a rooftop without a double jump, with tapping the double jump, and holding the double jump. Double jumping will cancel any animations that a regular jump would, so you cannot combine healing with a double jump to counter the slowed movement speed. The Nodist volume is the newest artifact to be added to the game, and provides you with a flat 25% cooldown reduction to all of your abilities, including melee weapons. This reduction does not stack with resonance buffs, however, and is instead taken into account after your resonance buff reductions have been calculated. This means that the additional reduction you gain from the artifact will see diminishing returns as your cooldowns become shorter. For example, a Brujah's Leap standard cooldown is set at 20 seconds, and will benefit from a 5-second reduction by picking up the Nodist volume. By getting one melancholic buff with a cooldown reduction of 10%, your leap will have an 18-second cooldown. We then add in the Nodist volume reduction on top to reduce the 18 seconds by 25%, or 4.5 seconds, giving you a net cooldown of 13.5. When using all 3 melancholic buffs for a reduction of 50%, the new artifact will only reduce your cooldown by another 2.5 seconds, so keep this in mind when choosing your loadout. If this all sounds great but you're wondering where to get your hands on these artifacts, well, I have some bad news for you. Artifacts are one of the most rare items in the game, and can only be looted from golden safes dotted at random around Prague. You can use your heightened senses in a match to highlight unopened safes in gold, in a similar way to Camarilla caches and entity crates, but they can look very similar to one another at a distance, so if you're not sure which one it is, get a little closer as you can easily run past them without realizing. I'm currently working on a global map of all the available safe spawn locations, and if you want to help out or just want to see the latest version of the map, join my Discord with the link below and grab the Bloodhunt roll. The other, perhaps easier way to find them is by taking them from another player who has done the searching for you, as the artifacts are lootable and droppable items in your inventory. Just be aware that whenever you pick up an artifact, it will be shown in the kill feed, and keen-eyed players will be able to hunt you down if you break the Masquerade afterwards. So which artifact should you be using? Well, both of the current artifacts are very powerful tools, and they will both give you a noticeable advantage in combat. There are some noticeable benefits to each though, as the boots will allow you to expand your movement potential massively, and the volume will make your abilities that more powerful and available. For any high-skilled or aggressive players, I would recommend aiming for the movement side, as this can give you an unrivaled edge in both engaging and disengaging rapidly. The double jump will take your parkour to the next level, as the possibilities are endless. The boots will complement the Bruja, Nosferatu, and the Tremere the best, as you are able to maintain your momentum for longer. These clans also benefit from shorter base cooldowns, and will benefit less from extra cooldown reductions. For lower skilled or more tactical players, I would advise aiming for ability cooldowns, as you are more likely to use them more frequently, and having them back up an extra 2 to 5 seconds faster than your enemies will give you the edge if you are less parkour focused. This will also lower the pressure of using them poorly, giving you more time to practice. The Nodus volume will complement the Toreador, Ventru, and Nosferatu the most, as their abilities are less focused on high momentum and more tactical use of their abilities. Bonus points for anyone with a base cooldown near 30 seconds. Melee-focused players could benefit from both artifacts, with either shorter cooldowns or an easier way to get closer to your enemies. And that's it from me. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Come on over to my Twitch channel for new weekly drops, or check out some of my other Bloodhunt guides.